What if I told you there was once a giant bird, taller than a man, faster than a horse, and more dangerous than a lion, that hunted with surgical precision? This isn't fiction. This isn't mythology. This was a real creature, and its name was Phorusrhacos. Standing nearly 10 feet tall and weighing over 300 pounds, Phorusrhacos was part of a terrifying group known as the Terror Birds. And no, that's not a nickname some scientist gave for fun. It's a cold, accurate description of what they were: apex predators wrapped in feathers. Unlike most birds, it couldn't fly. But that wasn't a weakness, it was a deadly trade-off. Because instead of wings, it had powerful legs, built for sprinting across ancient plains. This bird could run at speeds over 30 miles per hour, faster than most people and faster than many of the animals it hunted. But the real nightmare? Its beak. Long, hooked, and razor-sharp, the beak of Phorusrhacos was more than a tool. It was a lethal weapon. Imagine a battle axe strapped to a living missile. One strike from that beak could crack open skulls, pierce armor-thick hides, and bring down prey in seconds. It didn't attack wildly. Phorusrhacos was calculated. It had a larger-than-average brain for a bird of its size. It could scan its surroundings, track movement, and strategically choose the right moment to kill. It was a predator that didn't just use force, it used timing. And its prey didn't stand a chance. It hunted large mammals, creatures like giant rodents, early ungulates, and small prehistoric horses. Once it had you in its sights, it could run you down, use its sharp claws to pin you, and then deliver a precision strike with that monstrous beak. Death was fast and brutal. Phorusrhacos lived around 20 million years ago, during the Miocene epoch. At that time, South America was an isolated continent, a land with no big cats, no bears, no wolves. The mammals that lived there weren't used to dealing with bird predators, which gave Phorusrhacos a massive advantage. It didn't just survive, it dominated. For millions of years, it was the top predator, uncontested and feared by everything below it in the food chain. It wasn't just a bird, it was a walking executioner. And here's where it gets even more disturbing. This monster was a relative of the birds we see today. Yes, your backyard robin, your neighborhood pigeon. They're distant cousins of this prehistoric killer. They share DNA, same basic body plan, same ancient origin. But somewhere along the line, birds took a different path. They became smaller. They took to the skies. They adapted. Phorusrhacos didn't. When North and South America finally connected around 3 million years ago, the ecosystem changed. New predators arrived from the north. Big cats, wolves, and more agile mammals. They competed fiercely. They reproduced quickly. They adapted to shifting environments. Phorusrhacos, built for a specific world, suddenly found itself in the wrong one. And in the face of this new reality, it vanished. It left behind only fossils, gigantic skulls, massive leg bones, and beaks that still look like they could kill today. But the real terror isn't just in the bones. It's in imagining what it would be like to see one in the flesh, to hear its footsteps pounding the ground, to look up and realize you're not looking at a bird, but at a hunter with feathers, a hunter with no mercy, a hunter that, in another time, might have been stalking you. This was Phorusrhacos, and once it ruled the land, not from the sky, but from the ground, with blood on its beak.